Hello, good day. How are you today? I hope you're good. Okay, so today we are going to be learning basic science, and in basic science, we are going to be talking about soil. Our topic for today is soil. We are going to know the meaning of soil, the types of soils we have, the importance of soil, and so on. So, in today's lesson, we're going to be learning all about soil. Okay? Are we ready to go into today's lesson? Okay, let's go. Okay, we have soil. What is soil? Soil is the layer of the earth that covers the land. It's made up of tiny pieces of rocks, minerals, dead plants, and even tiny living creatures like worms and bacteria. Soil is like the skin of the earth, just like human beings have skin, right? We have skin. Soil is like the skin of the earth. Soil is much more than just dirt, okay? It's a vital part of our environment that helps plants, animals, and people thrive, okay? Did we understand that? So soil is just, let's say, the ground. So like we normally say, soil is the uppermost part, uppermost layer of the earth, right? So soil is just like the skin of the earth, okay? Now we have different types of soil. We have sandy soil. The sandy soil has large grains and feels gritty. It drains water quickly and doesn't hold much moisture. Plants in sandy soil may need more watering and nutrients. Sandy soil is just like, let's say, sand, okay? It's always dry. When you pour water in sand, it drains fast, right? Yes, it's always dry. So plants that are planted in sandy soil will need consistent watering, more water for them to have nutrients. Water is part of nutrients of plants, right? They help plants grow. So plants that are planted in sandy soil needs consistent water. It needs more watering every day, okay? Then we have the clay soil. The clay soil has tiny particles and feels sticky when wet. It holds water well but drains slowly. Clay soil can become hard when it's dry and may need additives to improve plant growth. So the clay soil, when it's wet, it feels sticky, but when it dries, it becomes very hard. And when it becomes very hard, when it's dry, the plants may need additives, meaning extra nutrients, extra substance to be added to them for them to grow properly. Okay? Did we understand that? So we have the sandy soil, we have the clay soil, we have the slate soil. Okay? Silt soil has medium-sized particles and feels smooth when moist. It holds water moderately and has good fertility. It is often considered ideal for gardening. This slate soil is often considered good for gardening. It's very good. It holds water moderately and is good for fertility. And it feels smooth also when moist. Okay? Then we have the loamy soil. The loamy soil is a mix of sand, clay, and slate. It's often considered the best type of soil for gardening because it has good drainage, holds moist, and is rich in nutrients. So the loamy soil consists of the clay, the sandy, and the slate. Okay? And is considered the best soil for gardening. It has good drainage, it holds moisture, and is rich in nutrients. There are so many types of soil also that we have, but we're just going to be looking at these five for now, okay? Then we are going to be knowing the importance of soil. What do we mean by importance? Why is soil important to us? We have for plant growth. Soil is like a home for plants. It provides them with nutrients, water, and stability. Without healthy soil, many plants, including the ones we eat, wouldn't grow well. So soil serves as a home for plants. Just like we humans, we have where we stay, we have our home. The soil is the home for plants. The soil provides them with nutrients, it provides them with water, and they grow to be healthy. But without healthy soil, these plants we plant, they can't grow. Even the ones we eat, that we normally eat, without soil, they'll not be able to grow properly. Okay, so soil serves as a home for plants. Food production. Most of the food we eat, like fruits, vegetables, and grains, comes from the plant that grow in the soil. So soil is essential for farming and provides us with the food we need to stay healthy. So without soil, we will not be able to farm and have food we eat to stay healthy. So soil is important for food production because we can farm on our soil. Okay? Clean water. Soil acts as a filter for rain water. It cleans the water and prevents pollution from reaching rivers and lakes, okay? Which helps us which helps keep our water clean and safe for us to drink. So soil serves as a filter. It filters the dirt. When rain falls, the dirt it absorbs them, and clean water will flow to the river and it will not be polluted, okay? And it's safe for us to use. Habitats for living creatures. Many creatures from tiny insects to earthworms live in the soil. Most insects, earthworms, they live in the soil, so it serves as a home for them. They help break down dead plants, making nutrients available for new plants to grow. So even as they are living in the soil, they also help in making the soil become nutritious for our plants, because they break down the dead plants. They help in breaking down the dead plants to turn them into nutrients to be available for the new plants that are growing. So soil is their home also. We have construction and building. Soil is used to make bricks, foundation for building. It provides a stable base for our homes and roads. Right? Good. Archaeology. Soil preserves things from the past. Archaeology studies soil to find ancient artifacts and learn about history. So the soil also tells us about history. It's it preserves things from the past. Most archaeologists can look at a soil and tell you the process of it and everything. So soil tells us about our past. We learn about history through soil. So we have the components of soil. We have components of soil. Soil is made up of different things like a recipe. Just like when making jollof rice. Jollof rice is made up of different things: rice, tomatoes, salt, pepper. It's made up of different things. So soil is also made up of different things. Here are the main ingredients of soil. We have the minerals. They are tiny pieces of rock that make the soil. They give the soil its color and texture. Minerals, they are tiny pieces of rock that make the soil, and they give the soil its color and texture. Okay, we have the organic matter. This is stuff from plants and animals like leaves, roots, and dead insects. It helps make the soil rich and fertile. So as a new plant is growing and one is getting dead or dying rather, it gives nutrients to the ground. It turns to nutrients and make the soil rich for other plants to also become fertile. So it's just like a circle, It says just like a circle. The stuff from plants and animals, leaves, roots, and then it says it helps the soil rich and fertile. Okay? We have water. Soil has water in it like a sponge. Plants drink this water to grow. When you soak a foam sponge inside water, it absorbs the water till you squeeze it, right? So soil absorbs water for plants to drink. It's not like they have mouth, no. They also absorb the water from the soil, okay? So, yeah, water helps plants to grow, right? Yes. We have air. Just like we need air to breathe, soil needs air too. It helps the roots of the plants get oxygen. So it helps the roots of the plants to get oxygen, right? Living creatures, they are tiny animals and microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Those are the microorganisms, are things that we can't see. Bacteria, fungi living in the soil, they help break down organic matter and make nutrients for plants. So everything has their own purpose concerning the soil. So we have properties of soil. Properties of soil, we have the texture. Soil can be rough like sand, sticky like clay, or smooth like slate. The way soil feels when you touch it, it is called texture. How you feel the soil, if it's smooth, sticky, sandy, it is called the texture. Okay? Color. Soil comes in different colors like brown, red, or even black. The color can tell us about the minerals in the soil. Remember, one of the components was minerals, right? So one of the properties is color. The different colors can tell you about the minerals of the soil, what the soil has. Okay? We have moisture. Soil can be dry or wet. When it's wet, it feels damp, and when it's dry, it feels crumbly. Plants need the right amount of moisture in the soil to grow. Okay? We have density. Soil can be loose or packed. Loose soil is fluffy and lets air and water through, but packed soil is hard, doesn't let much water through. That is when the soil is hard. It won't let water pass through it because it's very dry and hard. But when the soil is loose and fluffy is when it's wet, a little bit wet or wet, and air can flow through and water also. Okay? We have nutrients. Soil has tiny bits of food for plants called nutrients. These nutrients help plants grow and be healthy. Did we get that? Nutrients. Soil has tiny bits of food for plants called nutrients. These nutrients help the plant grow. We have the pH level. This is like a soil's mood. It can be acidic, sour, neutral like water, or alkaline, a bit like soap. Some plants like one mood more than the other, just like we drink water. The different types of taste we have. So some plants prefer acidic, some plants prefer neutral, some plants prefer alkaline. Each plant have their own preference. Okay? Did we get that? Did we understand everything about soil? We first of all talked about the meaning of soil, where we say that soil is the layer of the earth that covers the land. It's like the skin of the earth and is essential, right? Talked about that. Then we talked about the types of soil we have. Then we talked about importance. We talked about the components. We talked about the properties of soil. So I hope we understood everything we talked about in today's lesson on soil. Okay, so we have our assignment to do. Write a short note on sandy soil, loamy soil, and clay soil. We can do that, right? We talked about them. Then find out two different soil and write a short note on them also. We can also do that, right? It's just to find out which other soils you have except from these three we talked about. Then write a short note on them. So we enjoyed the lesson on soil, right? Good. Okay,